It's a pleasure. Thank you. I'm going to lower this a little bit. There we go. Everybody in place? Well, as you heard from being at the wall a moment ago, on this, my very first day as the ambassador to the State of Israel, it was such an honor and an incredible privilege to place on behalf of the President of the United States, President Donald J. Trump, a prayer that he wrote in his own hand and initialed, handed to me in person last Thursday at the White House, with the hope that I would bring it and place it in the wall with the best wishes and the prayers of the American people for the peace of Jerusalem and for the return of the hostages. So I have done that with an extraordinary sense of honor, joy, and also a sense of great responsibility. The relationship between the United States and Israel is not ceremonial. It is deep. It is rooted in our love of democracy, in our love of the Judeo-Christian understanding that every life has worth and value. And it is one of the reasons that the President prays that every hostage will be released immediately. And it's why I wear this on my lapel today. But I want to express my appreciation to the rabbi and to all the people who accommodated our visit here today. But also, I really do come with a sense of hope and optimism that God will do great things here in this holy city. And with that, I welcome questions. And if they're hard, then I'll say I don't have an answer. It's that simple. Yeah, go ahead. You start. I don't have any updates that I'm authorized to release. All I can tell you is that every effort continues to be made for every hostage to be released. Those who are living and those who remains are still in Gaza as a result of the horrific massacre that was inflicted upon the Israeli people and several American citizens as well. Yes. Speak up a little bit.
Are you willing to support the two-state solution with East Jerusalem, West Bank, at least parts of them, part of the Palestinian state?
Yeah. As you may know, the ambassador doesn't make the policy, he carries it out. So I tell people, I'm not a chemist, I'm a pharmacist. Somebody else, named the president, who was elected, he'll be the one who will make the formula. He will give to me and I will dispense it. So when those instructions come, I'll be here to deliver them.
Last point is, what is the U.S. government's message to officials in the Israeli government who think talking with Iran is essentially a waste of time and that the only solution is kinetic, is military?
Yeah, I would never try to inflict my view upon the Israeli government. They're dealing with very challenging circumstances. I have great respect for what they're trying to get done and the manner in which they're getting it done. And so I'm not going to second guess their efforts whatsoever. It would be inappropriate for me as a representative of the U.S. government to evaluate what the Israeli government is doing. Yes. Well, it gives me an extraordinary sense of personal joy to have been named by the president as an evangelical Christian believer to take this post. And to be honest, I was a little concerned that maybe there would be some resistance to that on behalf of Israeli people and Jewish people. But what I've found is that just the opposite. And many people, my Jewish friends, have expressed this over and again, that if I were Jewish and came as ambassador, they'd say, well, of course, he supports Israel. He's Jewish. He doesn't have a choice. I say to them, I have a choice, and I make my choice to support Israel and to show my friendship that has existed, by the way, for 52 years. From my very first trip here, which was in 1973, when I was a month shy of my 18th birthday. So I've seen you, obviously, Chris, probably several dozen of the times that I've been here. And it never grows old. I never get to the point where I don't learn something. I never get to the point where I don't experience something being in this very magnificent place. Yes. I didn't get the last part. I think the plans are yet to be determined. The tragedy is there has to be plans to do something different. If Hamas had been a civil people, if they had been something less than savages that massacred in the most vicious way innocent civilians, they did not attack soldiers, they attacked civilians. They attacked women, children, babies, helpless elderly people. They brought this upon themselves. Everything that people see there is not the result of anything other than the vicious hatred that Hamas harbored and carried out on October the 7th. And they are paying the price. And tragically, so many innocent people are paying the price for the sins and the evil of these monsters of Hamas. Yes. Well, Israel is an incredibly important ally to us, and people sometimes only think that Israel benefits from the United States. The truth is the United States benefits a great deal from Israel, and not just militarily. We certainly benefit from the technology, from the innovation, from defense systems that were developed here. But there's a much more important and long-lasting side of where Americans benefit in agriculture, technology, medical advancement. So it is not a one-way street. The United States and its citizens are directly the beneficiaries of some of the extraordinary achievements and accomplishments and innovations of people here in Israel. Anyone else? Yes.
Israel is not so happy that the United States is now negotiating with Iran. So how the American administration is handling this?
Well, I can't speak to how happy or unhappy they are because they have not communicated. Yeah, I'm just saying it's not for me to determine what they're happy or unhappy about. I'm here to represent the president, the American people, and I do know that there's never, ever been a president in America who has been a better friend to Israel than President Donald J. Trump. That I know. One last question, anyone? Yes, sir.
So can we, as Israelis, rely that there will not be a bad deal between America and Iran regarding, of course, the negotiations?
Well, the president himself has made very clear Iran will never have a nuclear weapon. They will not be in a position where that they can threaten the peace, not just of Israel, but all of the people of the rest of the world. Let's never forget that the Iranians have not simply threatened Israel with extinction, which they have repeatedly over 46 years, but they have also threatened the United States. They don't just say death to Israel, they say death to America. And there's an old saying that when people tell you over and again they're going to kill you, you might want to take them seriously. So I don't think that this is just about Israel. Israel has often been called the little Satan and the U.S. the great Satan. I'd put it in simpler terms. For the Iranians, Israel is the appetizer and the U.S. is the entree. Whatever happens at the hands of the Iranians to Israel is the intended happening to those of us in the United States. Thank you very much. Pleasure to visit with you. Thanks for coming out.